the architecture of success. We often look at the world's highest achievers, the CEOs, the elite athletes, the creative visionaries, and assume they possess a secret genetic advantage. However, modern neuroscience tells a different story. Success is not a gift, it is a neurological training program. During this time, your brain is transitioning from a state of sleep-induced repair to active engagement. How you navigate this transition determines whether you will spend your day in a state of reactive stress or proactive flow. According to renowned neurologist Dr. Shweta Aditya, the key to this mastery lies in the frontal cortex, known as the CEO of the brain. This region is responsible for executive function, decision-making, and emotional regulation. If you don't consciously prime your CEO in the morning, your day will be run by the lower brain, the amygdala, which thrives on distraction and anxiety. Part 1. The neuroscience of the morning transition. The danger of the beta spike. Most people begin their day with a digital hit. The moment the alarm goes off, they reach for their smartphone. This habit is neurochemically destructive. When you sleep, your brainwaves are in slow delta and theta frequencies. As you wake up, you should naturally transition through the alpha state. By checking emails or social media immediately, you force your brain to skip the alpha state and jump straight into high-frequency beta waves. This is known as a beta spike. In this state, your brain is in fight or flight mode, scanning for threats, reacting to notifications, and triggering cortisol release. This sets a baseline of anxiety that lasts the entire day. The power of the alpha and theta states. To achieve peak performance, you must protect your alpha, 8 to 13 Hz, and theta, 4 to 8 Hz states. Theta is the realm of the subconscious, where creativity and aha moments reside. Alpha is a state of relaxed alertness. Research into elite performers, particularly professional athletes like basketball players and marksmen, shows that they experience a significant burst of alpha waves right before they perform a high-stakes action. This is the zone. By consciously staying away from screens and practicing a morning routine, you train your brain to access this zone on command. Part 2. The MOVERS method, a blueprint for brain priming. Dr. Shweta Aditya proposes a science-backed framework called MOVERS. This is not just a to-do list, it is a neurochemical reset. Meters. Meditation. Structural changes in the brain. Meditation is often viewed as a spiritual practice, but its biological benefits are measurable via MRI. Regular meditation increases the gray matter density in the prefrontal cortex. When you meditate in the morning, you are strengthening the new OS brakes of your brain. It allows you to observe a stressful thought without reacting to it. This leads to better emotional intelligence and a sustained attention span. Even 5 minutes of focusing on your breath can lower your heart rate variability, HRV, and prepare you for complex problem solving. O. Oxygenation. The vagus nerve connection. Your brain consumes 20% of your body's oxygen, despite being only 2% of its weight. Most people are shallow breathers, which signals the brain that they are in danger. The MOVERS method emphasizes techniques like the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale forcefully for 8 seconds. This specific rhythm stimulates the vagus nerve, the longest nerve of the autonomic nervous system. Activating the vagus nerve sends a direct signal to the brain to turn off the stress response and activate the parasympathetic nervous system. It is the fastest way to biohack your way out of morning anxiety. Visualization, neural priming for victory. The brain cannot always distinguish between a real event and a vividly imagined one. When you visualize your goals, whether it's giving a perfect presentation or hitting a fitness milestone, you are engaging in neural priming. By visualizing the steps to success, you activate the same neural circuits that will be used during the actual task. This creates a memory of the future, making the real-world execution feel familiar and less stressful. Visualization also tunes your reticular activating system, RAS, the brain's filter, to look for opportunities that align with your goals throughout the day. Exercise. As your body moves, your brain grooves. Physical movement in the morning isn't just about muscles. It's about BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. BDNF is often called miracle grow for the brain. It is a protein that supports the survival of existing neurons and encourages the growth of new ones, neurogenesis. You don't need an hour at the gym to trigger this. Just 10 to 15 minutes of brisk movement, jumping jacks, yoga, or a quick walk increases blood flow to the hippocampus, the center of memory and learning. This makes you sharper and more capable of retaining information. WAR. Reading. Setting the frequency. What you read first thing in the morning acts as the software for your brain's hardware. If you read news about crises, your brain stays in beta stress. If you read philosophy, personal development, or positive literature, you set your internal frequency to growth mode. Reading in the morning stimulates the left hemisphere of the brain, improving vocabulary and cognitive flexibility before the workday even begins. S. Scribing. Rewiring the narrative. Scribing, or journaling, is the final piece of the MOVERS puzzle. Writing by hand is superior to typing because it involves a complex motor task that engages more areas of the brain. Gratitude journaling. Writing 3 things you are grateful for forces the brain to scan the environment for positives, counteracting our natural negativity bias. Goal setting. Writing your top 3 priorities for the day provides a roadmap for the frontal cortex, preventing decision fatigue later on. Part 3. Essential biohacks for cognitive longevity. Beyond the MOVERS routine, there are 2 physiological must-dos to optimize your neurochemistry. 1. The hydration protocol. After 7-8 hours of sleep, your body is in a state of dehydration. Since the brain is roughly 75% water, even 1% dehydration can lead to brain fog, headaches, and decreased focus. Drinking a full glass of water, ideally with a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes, immediately upon waking, wakes up your mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells. 2. The sunlight script. Circadian rhythm reset. Your brain has an internal clock called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN. To function correctly, it needs a clear start signal. Viewing natural sunlight not through a window within the first 15-20 minutes of waking triggers a timed release of cortisol, the alertness hormone, and sets a timer for the release of melatonin, the sleep hormone, 16 hours later. This doesn't just make you wake up faster, it ensures you sleep better at night. Part 4. The path to mastery. The 21-90 rule. The most common reason people fail to change their lives is a lack of understanding of neuroplasticity. Your brain is like a jungle. If you want to create a new path, you have to walk over the same grass every single day until a trail is formed. The 21-day phase. This is the destruction and construction phase. It is difficult because you are fighting old neural pathways. You will feel resistance. The 90-day phase. This is the integration phase. After 90 days, the habit moves from the conscious frontal cortex to the subconscious basal ganglia. At this point, the MOVERS routine becomes automatic. It requires no willpower to perform, much like brushing your teeth. Conclusion. Becoming the driver of your life. We live in an age of distraction, where everyone is fighting for a piece of your attention. If you do not claim your morning, the world will claim it for you. By applying the science of the golden hour, protecting your alpha waves, practicing the MOVERS method, and respecting your biological rhythms, you are doing more than just getting ready for work. You are physically and chemically altering the structure of your brain. You are not a victim of your biology. You are the architect of it. Start tomorrow. No phone, more oxygen, more movement, and more intention. Command your brain, and you will inevitably command your life.